Welcome to Innovision FM as we go outside to do a little bit of this video here. And the day topic, I'm going to talk about this lady, Amy. Oh, what is her last name? Amy Wabash, Bryon Allen, and we're going to talk about Taylor Swift. Well, okay, so as far as I have been figuring out this Amy Wabash person that released the film to this guy, and he put it out there, and I don't know all the names of these people in here, but it comes that the young lady just got a job at CBS, and when ABC called and said, "This is the person, and could you please let her go?" Maybe they didn't say it exactly in those words, but she got fired from her job that she's had for only 4 days. And when Megan got a hold of her, Megan, who did the interview, the girl was crying in tears, thinking that her career is over, no more. But Megan assured her that she does have a career in this field. Oh, by the way, you are watching Innovision FM if you don't know this, and we are a nonprofit organization. We work with physically challenged musical artists to teach them the business of music, and we've been around as a nonprofit since 1994, and we're always looking for volunteers to help us out with our nonprofit. So if you want to be on our board, if you know how to book bands, if you know how to do a little bit of administrative work, if you know how to write grants, if you know how to do accounting, our board is coming up for re-election, and we could use some more board members. And especially if you know how to put together a festival, or you're willing to learn how to put together a music festival like in Lama Park. So God willing, we'll all be around, and we'll be able to do that in 2020. Also, check out our show on KUVO. That's KUVO 92.9 on the FM dial, and it comes on 6 o'clock on Fridays. That's our top 10 countdown. And then on Sunday morning at 9 a.m., once again, the second part of it comes on. And then on KUHS Denver from 1 to 3, you get the full 2 hours without interruptions or being split up. Then catch our Tuesday live on KUVO, yes, 92.9 on FM dial. And, hit that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So let's get back to Amy Wabash. So Amy, she was very distraught. You could tell she was very distraught. She had all the goods on Bill Clinton. She had all the goods on some other probably high-profile lawyers, judges, musical artists, Hollywood stars. Hillary Clinton was definitely on the plane a few times herself. So I have a feeling that Bill Clinton called up, ABC and said, "Hey, kill this story." And the Prince, the Prince as well, because ABC wanted to get first nabs at any interviews with the Prince as well. right? Crazy. So that story was squelched, taken off the plate, and said, yes, great job, but we can't run it, even though you have all the evidence to show that these high profile people were in the mix. So, oh, by the way, I'm doing this with my my new phone. I just got this new the iPhone 11, which what's the lesbian who was with President Bush in the football booth, and they didn't notice that she had the new iPhone 11. Well, I do have the new iPhone 11, so notice that, right? And give us some feedback on how you think the resolution is, and if you want to contribute to the funding of some of our equipment, you can go to paypal.me/Innervision. That's INNERVISION, Denver, all caps, Denver. Okay. So anyway, that's enough of our donation committee. And we are a nonprofit organization. These shows air on Channel 56 on Wednesday nights at 8 a.m. And we appreciate them airing our shows as well, right? So let's get into the next one. Taylor Swift, and she's going to be on the award show on the 24th of November, and she may not be able to do any of her songs because this other company bought the rights to her royalties, her music catalog of her earlier songs, and so now she's well, what can I say? She can't perform her songs unless she gets permission, because they consider it to be like a new recordings, right? And when she was 14 and her parents signed that contract, apparently they were just so excited that they wanted to work with her and get her out there that they didn't read the little print. And musical artists, okay, so Innervision teaches the business of music. Read the contract, and if it's something that you don't understand, ask questions, and if you don't believe them, and take a tape recorder with you. So when they read it, ask the question, you can take it to your lawyer and make sure that it's all on the up and up what these guys are saying, because they're financing you with a large amount of money to get you out there. And of course they want to get back that investment long after you're dead. All right? So that's why I don't think they care if you kill yourself, because as long as if you're successful in the music business and you're generating a lot of money in that catalog, and they own that catalog, they own your masters, they are going to leverage that to make back money for their investors. And so artists are just, artists beware. The record company is a business, and they have investors that give money to them, and they want to see a return on that investment. I think it's better just to be independent and organically build your audience. Now, Facebook is making it harder to get those algorithms. You got to pay to play with Facebook. I know that's a bad word, pay to play, but that's what Facebook is now doing. You want to be popular, you have 600, you have 1,000, you have 2,000. You want your people to see it, well, you pay us some money, and we can make sure that the people that you got on your own or somehow, we'll make sure that they see your announcement. Otherwise, maybe 3 or 4 people might see it, until you're willing to pay to play, right? And I have a feeling that it's going to get even more difficult in the next upcoming years, because the record companies, they want their control back. They want the control back of the artists. And just knowing that you can contact your audience in a very personal way, if you care about your audience, if you're just not pitching to your audience, buy this, buy that, if you're really, nurturing your audience and getting to know your audience, the record companies, they don't like that. They want to be in charge of that. They want to put together a publicity team to handle this and handle that, and supposedly just let you deal with the music. And in some cases, some of you artists may just like, hey, I just like to deal with the music, and you guys deal with the other stuff, and just let me work with this, with my art, my music. But it is what it is, and so what can we say? The artistry is something that is sellable. And as I was understanding, hip hop was something else when it first started. And then when the record companies found out that, people like violence, they like to see troubled artists, they started pushing the artists that direction, and saying, okay, we need a little bit more drama in your life. And so that's what they have, more drama, means more money. And there you go. There you have it. Now, I want everybody to know that you are watching Intervision FM. My name is Johnny J. I'm the president of the nonprofit Intervision. And we want to invite you to push that like button down there, subscribe if you're seeing us on YouTube, and to share it as well, because that helps us with the algorithms with YouTube, and it helps us with Facebook if you start up a discussion down there. Because I want to hear, so what do you think, about, with Taylor Swift not being able to play or sing a melody of her music during the awards show? I remember when Prince wrote on his face "Slave," so there was a problem with that, and Prince had a long fight with Warner Brothers concerning the owner of his music. Then he developed Paisley Park, and he went online and said, I'm going to sell my music directly to my fans. And I think he even had it where some ticket sales could go through there as well, or they cut a deal with that. I remember I was reading his wife's book, and he let his accountants take care of pretty much the finances. So when his to-be wife was put on the payroll, he didn't concern himself with how much they're paying him, what was her expenses. They figure everybody's grown. They figure out that stuff for themselves. Then because she had that kind of close access to Prince, she went and she told Prince, hey, I'm not getting paid enough to charge me for this, and he had to say, I didn't know that. And so he picked up the phone, called, asked some questions, and changed that around where she got paid more, and he upped the payment for all the band members because he just didn't know it. But she was the one that was the inroad to say, hey, Prince, as part of your musicians, I'm not making enough to it's fantastic being on the road and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just not making enough to earn enough money doing this. And then even the Beatles, okay, these guys, they signed. Prince was 17 when he signed. The Beatles, they were young as well, and so when they signed, the contract wasn't conducive to them making a lot of money. And I even heard that when they when they charged us, like when CDs first came out, CDs. I'll just stick with CDs because that was the most recent. It was $17 a CD. And the store got some of that cut. The record company got a bigger cut. And then the artist got, 10 cents on a dollar? If that, around 10 cents on a dollar. So they really had to depend on, going out and touring to make back their money. Right? And so they would have to ask the record company for a little bit of money for traveling costs, stage production, to pay the crew as well to get these productions done, right? And so the record company would do that. I was even listening to something with George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelics, P-Funk, Flashlight, and he was saying that he wanted the spaceship, and it was a big production, because he wanted it to be bigger than life, and they were all in the same. They would just go in the spaceship. They would come out dressed in one way, and then go back into the spaceship, and then come out as the other part of the group. And it was all the creative mindset of George Clinton. And then I even heard, I know I'm going a little bit off of Taylor Swift, but I'll get back there, okay? I heard that a lot of the ideas that he got, George Clinton, was from Star Trek. He would look at something from Star Trek, and then he would just, make up his own names, songs, and say, hey, that was what was interesting to him. So, and he has an album coming out about the high cost of medical costs now, and so I'm gonna have to grab that one. As I wrote a song, I'm not a great songwriter, but I wrote one about 2 years ago called "Take the Pill." And if you're interested in hearing how it came out, contact us at info@innervisionfm.com. That's info@innervisionfm, right? So if you're interested in checking that out. Okay. All right. I got the sun to my back. And if that's washing out the filming list, let me know. Now, I want to talk about. I guess I'm not going to get back to Taylor Swift. We'll see what happens, and if the show airs after that, we'll see what happened on Taylor Swift and her performing a medley of her songs. Because right now the lawyers are making some money, and we'll see how that process will come out with her, and seeing if she will be able to do a medley of her songs, since she was nominated as the decade's best artist, right? They love their awards. But let's go into Bryon Allen. Now, the Supreme Court heard Comcast's side of the story, heard Bryon Allen's part of the story, and Obama's DOJ, Byron was saying it was President Trump's DOJ. But I have to think about it. I found out that when Democrats get into office, they get rid of most of the Republican people in certain offices and put in Democrats along the party line, along their mindset. And then when Republicans get in office, they keep those appointed people that was appointed by Democrats. because they said that they want to be they want to be inclusive, and they don't want to seem like they're racist and so forth, and so they keep these people. What I think President Trump mistake was keeping those people. Yes, okay, you needed, like, he was so busy, working at getting into the presidency, putting together his cabinet, and realizing that there's been a history of this, what they call now the deep state, Democrats in there trying to sabotage, him every step of the way. And so he has to spend, I guess, the first 2 years finding out who's who, clearing out some people, dismissing some people, like the lady who's so like on the stand for the impeachment Friday the 15th. She was one of those Obama appointees, and so he realized that it wasn't working. She wasn't loyal to him, so he dismissed her. And I know, Snowflakes was crying because she was dismissed, because she thought that she could stay in there and be a part of the deep state. But President Trump said, "Hey, no, you're out of here." Okay, but getting back to Bryon. So Bryon Allen was saying that it's President Trump's deep state DOJ, and I'm telling you that no, it was part of Obama's, probably part of Clinton's, George Bush, yes, DOJ, and Comcast gave them 10 minutes to state their case over the 1866 Civil Rights Act that just stated that blacks and minorities, well, pretty much just blacks that were freed slaves, would have a chance to compete fairly and get funding and get contracts, so they can build wealth. Well, as we know, that a lot of that is not happening. The Jim Crow law took over for the last 100 and so years, about 100 years, where they were still, they were lynching blacks. They were denying them access to guns because the KKK went rampant, going there lynching. And if you're lynching an unarmed man rather than a man who could fire back at you, that was just perfect for the Democratic Jim Crow people in the South. So now you have 150 years later. Now Comcast says, well, who's this uppity N-word? Directing that to Bryon Allen, who says, I'm a black-owned businessman, and I want a piece of the licensing that you're doing with these other white cable guys that you're not doing with 100% black-owned businessmen. And I even heard that, I guess, Jermaine Jackson and another business guy, they had a channel they wanted to get on cable station, and they ended up getting charged $10 million, and they actually, it wrecked the channel that they were trying to get up and started, that was black owned, and it just went under. So I'm learning that these Democrat racist people are always devising tricks to keep individuals out of the mainstream. Yes, you see a lot of black people on TV, but are they in the background? Are they owners? Are they just hired hand? Now, it's good. It's all right to be hired as an actor, whatever. But what about Oprah? She owns her channel. own Tyler Paler. He owns his channel. And just to I don't know, even more than just to be fair, you know, we want a seat at the table. And usually, I guess the seat at the table is not given to you. You have to take the seat at the table. But I suggest that you go look up some videos about Bryon Allen. Very intelligent man. I used to watch him back when he was on these different TV shows. I sometimes I watch his overnight interview shows, and I never knew that he would become a force to reckon with. And it makes me want to be more diligent in getting off my ass and getting the job done, as far as like with our nonprofit and other business endeavors. So that is going to conclude this. I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I said, like this, subscribe, share it, and send us some more topics that you would like us to do in the entertainment field. Intervision is info@intervisionfm.com is our email address. And for our top 20 show, call in 720-324-7278. That's 720-324-7278. We'd like to thank Denver School of Rock for sponsoring several weeks of our top 20 countdown. And their phone number is 720-221-6991. That's 720-221-6991. They teach students from younger to older how to perform on stage during live shows. So get involved with them and tell them that you heard about it on Intervision FM. And let's see, where is... Hey, God bless, and we'll see you the next time here on Intervision FM with Johnny J.